Hello and welcome everyone. I'm playing Stronghold Warlords with Felix. A very old friend, let's say.
Yeah, very old. I mean, for people who are following your channel for quite a while now, for a couple of years, should maybe even remember me from around 7 years ago.
Yeah, it all started with Stronghold Crusader, one Stronghold Crusader multiplayer match. And then it went to a long series of Supreme Commander Forged Alliance matches.
Ooh, yeah.
Awesome times. We used to play really deep into the night. My neighbors hated me.
Is that really the only reason they hate you?
Can't place that there.
I moved. I no longer live there, but I used to, because I was doing commentary when I was playing late in the night. Some neighbors, the neighbors below, heard me, and they weren't.
They weren't very pleased.
They weren't very pleased. Yeah, they complained. The first time they saw me, they complained. It wasn't nice, but it wasn't bad either.
Not enough workers available to run this building.
Yep. It's been quite some years.
Wood needed, Your Excellency.
Yep, lots of stuff happened at that time. So
December 2019 was the last time I sent you a message on Discord. So I guess it's about 2 years since we last talked.
Yeah, sounds about right actually. Yeah, though, please don't hold that against me. I have been super busy.
Don't worry. So have I. So
Wood needed, Your
what do we
Excellency.
talk about after 2 years of not talking?
Yeah, that is actually a very good question, because we totally want to avoid that this at all gets socially awkward, right?
Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna be the case with you. I mean, it has always been easy to talk to you.
Well, it depends on the age of the target audience that is listening to it, right? How kid-friendly am I supposed to keep that here?
Not enough gold.
Tell me about, how did you become a professor? I mean, if I remember, you are a dropout.
Well, I'm not really a professor, just a lecturer at the Games Academy, and I will also soon start teaching at the university, but we label it as workshops and so on, because I am not yet a professor or doctor or whatsoever. And yeah, the thing is, especially the games industry is very practical in its nature, and that means that you simply cannot afford to reject people just because they are not academics. I mean, I have a lot of practical experience. I've been working in the industry for 8 years in different capacities. I have led teams. I have several awards in my portfolio, so they would be idiots if they would reject me. And also, before I went into the games industry, teaching was actually my dream profession. So I wanted to become a teacher anyways for arts and computer science. And for several reasons, that did not work out. So my second dream profession was to become a game designer. I did that, and now I'm a teacher for game design. So basically, best of both worlds.
Well, you're good with words. You have always been. So.
Oh, thank you.
How exactly do you structure your teaching? What do you teach? You teach for a semester?
I teach several courses. It's about game design, level design, project management, and so on. Each of these courses is around 2 to 3 days, so there's not a lot of time to get in depth, but that is also not very necessary, because the idea of the academy is to get people into the industry as fast as possible. So if they really want to go in depth, then they should study at a proper university and so on.
Oh, so you're not teaching in a university?
It's a private institution, the
Okay.
academy. But But I will also start teaching at the university next month. And so, yeah, basically doing both. But my main focus is the Games Academy in Berlin. And yeah, it's not really required for me to go more in depth. It's just to prepare people for getting into the industry, so to make sure that they understand basics and that they understand it well. And that is why I combine my lectures with a lot of practical knowledge, with a lot of practical exercise and so on. So, for example, people who have a course in game business with me should usually be able, after one day, to do a full operating statement for a fictional project over the course of 72 months and stuff like that. So
that's crazy.
It's more, yeah, but it's a very efficient way of learning, and also to weed out those who don't really have a chance into the industry. That is also something that we shouldn't forget, that the industry is small and therefore also very slowly growing. We have only very few new junior positions every year. And I could now spend time to make sure that everybody is on the same level, or to make sure that the best ones have higher chances to get in the industry while still being fair to those who are a bit slower. That is also something that I really care about, that everybody has the same chances, but nobody gets bored. So that is why I keep it always very practical, and those who are talented will always have enough stuff to do in my courses.
A water buffalo tether is required to bring stone to the stockpile, Your Highness.
And are you keeping...
Not enough
I
workers
remember you had a
available to run
little
this building.
team that you worked with on your game.
Yeah, I'm still in contact with all of them. Well,
Really?
nearly all of them. Yeah, I mean, over the course of the years, when you are developing a long-term private project, like the one you're talking about, I mean, it has been in development for quite some time. Of course, people leave the team, new ones join the team, but usually you also form very steady friendships during that time. And just because somebody leaves the team doesn't mean that you are not in contact anymore. And that is something that I value a lot, the social contact with people, and that they just have a good time while working on the same project. And that is why we stay in contact, sometimes still play games together. They always have a chance to join in new meetings and so on if they just want to get an update on how the game is doing, how the team is doing, and so on. I always keep it very open for them, so that the atmosphere is good. And so far it paid off really well.
And do you have any idea when the game is going to be released fully?
As I said, it's a free time project, so no guarantees, and therefore I won't say anything about that. It's done when it's done.
So if I'm not mistaken, you've been working on this project for like 4 or 5 years?
More around 6 years. The thing is, as I said, it's a private project, free time project, and that means we can of course not work full time on that. So instead of like working 40 hours a week, we can only spend like 5 hours. So if you would divide the development time through 8, then it would be quite realistic. And remember that most games are in development for like 2 to 3 years. And if you divide the time that we already spent through 8, then we are at less than a year. So we are totally in an acceptable margin in regards of progress. So it might still take half an eternity. Though I am at the same time also working a bit on getting the necessary money that we are able to get around to get a couple of people into full-time employment soon. But we will see about that. I know, but my industry and network must be worth something, so.
And the game is for PC, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I see you're building so much nice stuff there. Would be a shame if someone would set it on fire later.
Be my guest.
We will see. I prefer to go for building small castles rather than large economies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As you might have seen on my side of the map.
Yeah, I noticed you were a little bit... I mean, you're building roads, you're building a little nice, a tiny economy to keep everything. I'm an expansionist.
I know. I still remember playing Stronghold Crusader 2 against you. So, what are your overall impressions about Stronghold Warlords?
It's a... I mean, it's clearly very similar with Stronghold Crusader 2. They did change the theme of it. They added some new units which I like. A little bit unbalanced. A little bit buggy here and there. Not quite what I expected. Not the ambitious game I expected.
Really? You did expect an ambitious game?
I never liked this engine they used for Stronghold Crusader 2 and now for Stronghold Warlords. I never liked it.
Yeah, that is... Fun fact, I worked with that engine myself a while ago.
Yeah.
I hated it. I really hated it.
It seems like someone loves it.
I mean, it has some advantages, and especially for Stronghold 3, that was the first time when they used the Vision engine. So, for those who don't know, this is the Vision engine, which has also been used in Settler 7, for example, or Arcania, a Gothic Tale, that is the Vision engine. One of the major advantages it has, and that is why they use it for Stronghold 3, is the integrated physics simulation, because it's an engine owned by Havoc Physics. And one of the great USPs of Stronghold 3 was all that physics calculation when breaking the walls, and that your units could get damaged by the falling debris and so on. But seriously, that engine is so rarely used nowadays that it's really hard to get experts for it. So if their programmers should ever leave the team, then they have a problem. Also, in some regards, this engine is just a bitch. Especially something that you notice, especially when anti-aliasing is not activated. You see that there's always that kind of flickering, like there's a rim light on the backside of buildings and objects and so on. There you can always see there's a light in the back. And if anti-aliasing is not available, which it is not in Stronghold Warlords, then it starts looking really, really weird sometimes. Stuff like that.
Yeah, I didn't know.
But I have to also say that an engine switch takes time and resources, and they are probably too small to do it, so that is why they are probably stuck with this engine for quite a while now. And will also be for the foreseeable future. Sadly.
Indeed, sadly.
Our rice stocks
Oh yeah,
are
in my
dwindling,
personal
Excellency.
opinion, Stronghold Warlords is actually the best 3D Stronghold because it has the, let's say, cleanest game design. It has the least issues. Stronghold 2, for example, I know that many people love Stronghold 2 and Stronghold Legends, and those are great games respectively, but they have they have their own issues. For example, in Stronghold 2, they have physics calculation. Here we have it again, physics. Just imagine you're storming an enemy castle with like 100 knights. All those 100 knights are going up the same tower. The enemy is shooting with a ballista and is hitting all these 100 knights who are cobbled together into each other, and all 100 get hit by just one bolt and fall down the tower, getting extra damage. You can lose your entire army to just one shot. That is one of the design issues that Stronghold 2 has. Here it is fully avoided simply because the units do not cobble together that easily. Because each unit now has a collision. So that is, for example, a problem that this game does not have. And there's other stuff that is actually quite elegant.
So
Well, it's totally...
you like
Yeah?
it?
I really enjoy it, yeah. I mean, I've spent over 40 hours in the game already. I wouldn't do it if I hated it.
Okay. Oh. Makes sense. Did you finish the campaigns?
No, I didn't play them yet. I want to wait for it until I start
Not
Let's
enough
Playing the
workers
game
available
properly
to
on my
run this
YouTube
building.
channel. And it will still take a while until then, because my main PC is still in repair.
How come?
I have to wait until it's better. Yeah, the main board broke. The motherboard.
Oh.
And that is, unfortunately, something that is not that easy to deal with.
Yeah. Issues. How did it happen? Too much development?
I don't even think that. I think it's just... I think it was just a faulty piece of hardware. Sometimes this shit happens.
Yeah, myself I had an issue with my mouse. And it was still in warranty. It was pretty much making double click. So I was clicking and I was getting a double click. And I sent it for repair. And they sent a new one.
Well, that is usually the easiest way for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's an expensive mouse. I never paid that much for a mouse ever. €100.
Ooh, the max I go for is 50.
Yeah, it was a wireless mouse. And I wanted to get rid of the cables and everything, but it looks like it doesn't work for me because I have my computer. How do you... What's the name of that box? Where every component is.
You mean the case?
Yes. Because the case is not on my desk or something like that. The case is on the ground. And I think the signal doesn't reach the case as it should. And I don't get any... I mean, it stutters. It doesn't work properly. It lags when I use the mouse in wireless mode.
I see.
I bought it for nothing. It's useless. I paid money for...
€100 wasted.
Yep.
So, one question might be that I already asked it. Are you fine with me smoking, or would it be too much of a distraction sound-wise?
Do it.
Okay, then I will be back in 30 seconds, and please don't attack me in the meantime.
Okay. I'll just burn your castle.
I don't know if you would... Well, let's just say there would be retaliation. Be right back.
Okay, go.
Can't place that there, Highness.
So, I have returned and my castle is still standing, and it seems like you are trying to play Donald Trump.
What do you mean? Ah, the wall.
Yeah, though...
It's a great wall.
Yeah, I noticed.
A piece of advice. Don't waste your wood on those superior houses. Just build houses. For 80.
Yeah, and as long as you have more houses and you have people, I mean, the quality still adds up, and that way you can use cheap houses as well to get the superior quality bonus for houses. As I said, I like small castles.
Alright.
Does it really sound like me? I like it small? No. The opposite is the case. I like it big, but not in regards to Stronghold Warlords castles. So,
have you played any more Supreme Commander?
Only very rarely. To be fair, in my opinion, it's too stressful for me by now. I calmed down a lot. I prefer small and slow games.
So you don't prefer competition anymore?
Depends on the kind of competition. I have totally no problem with trying to outclass the enemy in regards of economy and so on. But direct combat depends.
I serve a new master.
So yeah, that is of course the main game I'm let's playing on my YouTube channel is of course still Anno 1800. Because, well, economy.
Oh yeah. You really like Anno. I mean, it's the central piece of your channel.
Yep, it is. And
Yes,
together with Stronghold, it's my favorite game series.
Nice.
Can't place that there, Highness.
Okay, let's see.
I see, huge temple, lots of consulates, 2 embassies. Giant food production. Though to be fair, with your economy so large, you have next to no impact through fear factor, should you ever consider using that.
Yeah. Nah, I don't consider. I'm okay with temples. I'm gonna use temple.
I'm really curious to see what other AIs they are going to add in the future, because I'm honestly quite happy with how the skirmish AI is working in the game. Definitely a major improvement compared to most, though the writing is still not very good.
Can't place
They
that
lack
there,
personality, the characters. Sadly. I see you're staying silent, so you agree with me?
I'm trying to build a temple. Yeah, the AI, I mean, too few of them. I expected more diversity.
Yeah, it should have been 8 AIs for the start.
And they postponed the release so very often, and still.
Peasants needed, Highness.
Well, to be fair, the main reason for postponing the release was getting the multiplayer to work properly, and well, it still doesn't. Though I can only imagine how bad it was before. Okay, you're building a lot of workers. You have a lot of archers. I see.
Do you know, do you remember Phil from Greece?
Yes, I do. You were basically nearly best buddies, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, he's jealous.
You know, I recall when you were telling me about when you visited him in Greece, that you were always trying to say the word beach. You know, because you went to the beach with him, and your pronunciation was quite funny because you always made it sound like bitch. We went to the bitch.
I still have that problem with the bitches.
Yeah, the problem with the bitches. Oh, don't tell that your girlfriend.
Well, she's my wife.
Ah, yeah, right. I nearly forgot. You two married. I knew there was something, yeah.
Weapons needed,
Yep.
Highness.
I'm taken.
I serve a new master.
If you say so.
You're conquering quite some.
Yeah, I mean, they give me passive perks. The pig gives me increased diplomacy generation, so yeah.
Can't place that there, Highness.
So many people are complaining that warlords are worthless. They totally are not. Firefly just screwed up communicating how good they are. I mean, again, each warlord gives you a passive perk. The
Really?
crane, yeah, actually, if you go into a warlords menu and you select a warlord, you can see on the right side, below the name of a warlord, the passive bonus. For example, for the crane, increases housing quality. The pig increases diplomacy point generation. Unfortunately, it's nowhere written by how much, but I know it's by 10% because I did some measurements about that. So if you have like 5 to 6 warlords under your command, you have a considerable boost for your economy. That alone is already worth conquering them.
No.
Recruits needed,
Wait,
Highness.
did I just teach you something Stronghold related?
Yes, you did.
Personal achievement unlocked!
Accept the need for this.
I didn't know that.
Oh, now you're going for quick warrior monks conquering.
We are under attack.
Warrior monks. First I thought they were OP, but they are so easy to counter.
With what?
I am ready.
Imperial Guards, for example, they deal next to no damage to armored units. And yes, they have a knockback, but as long as you use a combination of melee and ranged, you can simply kill them because they won't get past the front line. And they are very easily killed by crossbowmen. They are a little bit too fast for my personal taste.
Yeah, to be honest, I fought against the hardest AI, and it was using these guys.
Hideyoshi.
I was having samurai, which is the strongest unit. I was having like 40 samurai. He was simply using these guys to slow me down from reaching the Lord, and I basically lost all the samurai.
Yeah, because of a knockback effect and so on. That is simply your samurai are simply not able to attack them because they always get knocked down. And that is why you have to use a combination of melee and range to get them.
My diplomats work tirelessly for you.
And honestly, I don't think that Hideyoshi is the strongest AI. He uses the most sophisticated economy, but I honestly think that Genghis Khan is stronger. I let some AIs fight each other, and Genghis did beat them all, actually. And yes, I know Firefly said, yeah, Hideyoshi is the strongest.
Master?
I really like Firefly, I really like their team. But sometimes I have a feeling that the marketing, I mean, we are talking about community management and marketing, those are the ones that are communicating to us, that they don't have the right information available sometimes. Or it is outdated. Maybe Hideyoshi was meant to be the strongest. But again, he's so easy to counter, especially Genghis with the huge amount of horse archers can kill anything that Hideyoshi is throwing at him, because the monks are slower than the horse archers.
You do have a lot of knowledge.
Well, I did my homework, my friend.
See why you are a lecturer. You do notice a lot of things I would miss.
Well, it would be a shame if over the course of the years I would have not gained some skill, right?
I am yours to command.
Agreed.
But yeah, again, a lot of stuff that Stronghold Warlords is lacking is simply communication.
Needed, Highness.
For example, it would be so great if whenever I get resources from a warlord, that there would actually be a caravan traveling to my castle. That would be great for the atmosphere. I would see when something arrives, I would see how much would arrive, and also it would open a new strategic layer because the enemy could simply disrupt the supply lines like in Stronghold 2 by killing the caravans before they arrive. That would add a totally new layer to sieges. Stuff like that. Oh well, that is stuff that can be added in the near future. That is totally something that belongs to the realm of polish, and therefore it's totally doable. And I think if we stay nice and constructive towards the Stronghold devs, they will add stuff like that. Okay, I see a lot of Imperial swordsmen.
I am yours to command.
So, someone wants to have fun with a turtle. What I miss, however... Yeah?
You are exposed.
Am I?
Go ahead with your idea.
I actually miss a few ideas that they had for Stronghold 3. Stronghold 3, the game of wasted potential. In some cases it was so good, in other cases so bad. What I really liked about their multiplayer was the Kingmaker mode. It was basically an advanced version of what they had in Stronghold 2. That you could upgrade your lord and your keep, and therefore also unlock more sophisticated buildings and units. So at the beginning you would only have simple farms and peasants as units, while later having a real stone keep and all the advanced economies and knights. That was actually fairly motivating, especially that you could upgrade your keep. You just started with a wooden house, and later you would have really that stone keep that would fire on its own on enemies. Stuff like that, a bit more of a progression system. Like, for example, in Age of Empires, with all the ages that you can advance through. And that is, in my opinion, what Stronghold 2 also did great in multiplayer. You start little and you progress through the ranks and unlock more stuff. And that is something that I would also have loved to see here in Warlords.
Not enough gold to train
Well,
this unit.
maybe in Stronghold 4.
New tactics.
Hope never dies.
Advance.
Yeah, personally, Stronghold Crusader Definitive Edition would be something.
Yeah, Definitive Edition if they do it like Microsoft with Age of Empires, not if they convert it to the Vision engine, like Warlords, and then we have all the performance issues. I mean, especially Crusader with the unofficial Crusader patch is living from having vast armies, from having an enemy attack you with over 1,000 units. It was just awesome. I also did have quite some fun modding the AI. So if you want, I can give you access to a version with my modded AIs and you can try out for yourself and see if you can beat them.
No, I don't want.
Are you afraid?
Let's say I don't like having issues. I mean, I like everything that's vanilla. When modding comes into place, you don't know if it's gonna work, if it's not gonna work. I mean, I'm having some issues with Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord. I'm trying to install the Game of Thrones mode and make it work with the enhanced battle test, where I can simulate some battles for my channel. And guess what? I had to go back to version 1.5.7 because the Game of Thrones mode didn't work with the latest version of Bannerlord, and then I had to reinstall the previous battle test modes and so on, and it's still not working, and I'm not gonna waste any more time.
Yeah,
This
that is stuff
building
that
is
happens when
currently
you try to
functioning,
mod a
Highness.
game that is still in development. Every update can break things.
Yeah.
The sad truth. You really don't want me to get the turtle? With all these samurai and generals.
As you wish.
I'm gonna man the walls. I'm gonna raid the castle. I really don't want you to get a turtle. Oh, nice castle!
Just because the turtle gives a passive boost on the health of castles and gates and walls. So yeah, I guess it would be more fitting if you have it, because you are building a huge wall, so of course you should have all the bonuses for it.
The turtle improved tower turrets and gate houses, increased stable respawn rate, diplomacy point generation.
My diplomats work tirelessly for you.
No, that. Okay. And boost diplomacy, please.
My diplomats work tirelessly for you.
Okay. I'm gonna save some money.
Oh, not only you.
Not enough gold to train this unit.
My economy may be small, but it's working.
I'm curious how it's gonna work against samurai. Very curious. I'm gonna make an attack, okay? Heads up.
You want to attack me? Okay, then.
Spoiler alert.
You really have no love for your units.
How can I serve you, master?
Or maybe I have too much love. Okay, I'm gonna decrease that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make something like clothes. I'm gonna make some clothes. Or should I try now? Clothes. Clothes. Aren't your lungs hurting?
No, why should they?
Because mine kinda hurt.
Well, in both regards, I'm perfectly healthy.
Oh, that's good.
So, and there come your samurai!
Wait, I haven't sent them yet.
Oh, well, they are walking
We are
towards the
under
turtle.
attack.
Well, you know what I mean. There they are, I can see them.
Oh yeah, towards the turtle, yes. I'm upgrading the castle. Furthermore, the turtle castle, but I don't see the improvements.
In the last stage, the turtle builds another tower at the bottom left. The huge one.
Oh, okay. Upgraded again. Oh, it added some anti-arrow.
Yep.
That's good.
The thing is, when playing a game, I always try to identify how the developers intend me to play it, because usually it results in me having, in the end, more fun. And the way you are playing right now, how you build stuff with your overwhelming economy, of course beating the AI would be super easy for you.
So this is not how I'm supposed to play.
This is how you can play, but not the way they intended it to be most fun when playing against the AI. The way you play would be good for PvP, for multiplayer, and so on. And, I mean, it has been in all Strongholds that way, actually. Even in Crusader, just walling up and having a lot of people on there would, especially a lot of crossbowmen, would make so much stuff so much easier. But if you try to go for a small castle, and basically play on the same level as the AI, then everything gets a bit more challenging and therefore also a bit more rewarding when you are successful and so on. I personally enjoy that a bit more by now. So, I'm still waiting for your samurai.
I am yours to command.
Okay.
Your faithful general.
Come on, give it to me! Give it to me! Kill me! Or
Be
die
patient.
trying.
Be patient.
Patience is not my strong suit. You know that.
Oh no.
Peasants needed, Highness.
What would you have me do? Battle plans? Forward!
Oh.
Rocket launcher at your command. Fire the rocket. Rockets.
So I see Bannerman, I see Imperial Swordsman, I see Samurai.
Rocket launcher at your command. Fire the rocket.
I see missile launchers. Okay, that is.
Oh my god, I'm destroying you.
Yeah, missile launchers.
This thing's loaded.
Your faithful general. What are you thinking?
That is what I was not prepared for. Okay.
Rocket launcher ready for fire. Engulf them.
New tactics?
And we see a lag.
Where do you need the fireworks? Loose the rocket. Careful, this thing's loaded. Rocket launcher ready for firing. Careful, this thing's loaded.
So much about the question how good my defense would be against Samurai.
Rocket launcher ready for firing. Fire the rocket. Where do you need the fireworks? Engulf them.
New plans?
Rocket launcher ready for firing. We are under attack. Careful, this thing's loaded.
Now even using fire.
Who's burning now?
Where do you need the fireworks? Fire the rocket.
You burned half your army yourself.
New tactics? 我们准备就绪. New plans? Redeploy. Command the heights.
Where do you send me? Silent as the night.
Rockets loaded. Fly the claw. Rocket launcher ready for firing.
Ah, now comes the ninja attack.
I am your disciple.
You saw them.
Of course I
Trained
did.
for this. They will be dispatched. Quickly, silently. We will
They're
die
not
here
attacking
if it is
for some
needed.
reason.
Our blades will not rest.
Yeah, they are a little bit bugged.
Yeah, you kinda killed all
I
my
am yours to
samurai.
command.
Yeah.
Look tough.
Careful, this thing's loaded. Rockets loaded. Engulf them.
Did you burn all of them?
You're a samurai? Well, yeah. You in part even burned them yourself. I am now aiming for the achievement that you get when you kill the Lord with rockets.
Army marches.
There's an achievement.
Yeah, there's an achievement for that.
My army marches.
fuck? The game says too close to the enemy when I try to get rid of some of my buildings, but there are no enemies of your no enemies close. That's actually now a bit weird and does hinder what I wanted to achieve originally. Okay, that is sad. Sad, and I hoped I could get a little surprise for you. Okay, that strategy now died. So I guess in the next game, playing with you, not building a small castle, but going for the same style as you.
Rocket
Okay,
launcher
I can do
ready
that.
for firing.
I wanted to keep it beautiful.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't have time for another one.
Ballista here.
Okay, I see.
长官，箭矢待发。
Boat at the ready.
The Lord is being
Where did you
attacked.
need fireworks? Loose the rocket.
小威，
At your command. Our arrows are sharp.
Peasants needed, Highness.
Rocket launcher at your command.
"严待军令。有新指令吗？长官，需要弩箭吗？
Ballista at your command. Where did you need fireworks? Fire the rocket.
The fire is kind of destroying your whole base.
Yep. As I said, I couldn't demolish my buildings.
有何命令？
Hi!
How did it happen?
我们来看看。
Did you do something or what?
小威，
Well, I should at least have some fun, right?
长城墙。
What did you do? Tell me.
It's my little secret.
Oh, you had, I think you had something like a bomb or something. Or was it
At the ready.
小威，
the trebuchet? Did you throw something with the trebuchet?
要确认。
Of course I did!
You can throw bombs with the trebuchet?
Yep, and that is how I initially wanted to get you. I wanted to throw a firebomb over the over your wall. But
Yeah,
hey.
this was a great 1v1.
Of course you would say that. Okay, tell me when you have time again, and then I will try to make it even. Okay?
You know that expression, I will never wash my hand again? When you touch your crush or something like that? I will never play with you again. I will leave it like this.
Oh.
Yeah, we should have a rematch. I mean, so you can be at your best. Now
I'm
that
pretty
you
sure we
know,
will have.
Now that you know my playstyle, you should adapt yours to counter mine.
I will try. I will try.
Alright, thank you for playing with me.
It was a pleasure.
Same. Take care now. Bye.
You too.